Sefer Shoftim, Perek Chet, video number 1, Psukim Aleph through Tet. Vayomeru elav ish Ephraim. When Gidon came back from war, the leaders of Shevet Ephraim said to him, Ma hadavar hazeh asita lanu? What is this that you've done to us? Livilti kirot lanu ki halachta lilachem b'Midyan, not calling us when you went to make war in Midyan. Vayirvun ito b'chazka, and they fought with him forcefully. Now Gidon knew very well that he had called them to the war, and that they had refused to go. But if he gives them that answer, they will get so angry that they will start a civil war. And what will he have gained to have defeated the non-Jewish army of Midyan, and now to have to fight a Jewish war, a civil war between tribes of Israel? So he had to figure out what is the wise way of responding to the leaders of Ephraim. And here is what he said. Vayomer alehem, he said to them, Me asiti ata kachem. What did I do that can even be compared to what you did? You did so much more than I did in this battle. Halotov ololot Ephraim, the stray, flimsy grapes of Ephraim are so much more important, so much better, mi bitzir Aviezer, than the entire the grape harvest of Aviezer, my family. And here are the small few grapes of Ephraim and the full, beautiful cluster of Aviezer, and yet the ones of Ephraim are heavier and are weighing down the scale. So he said to them, you did more than I did. Even though it wasn't true, he wanted to calm them down. And here he is on bended knee, as if he is begging them just to calm them down. So this is the smart thing to do, even though it must have cost him a lot of willpower to do it. And he continued by saying, Biyadchem natan Elokim et sarei Midyan et orei v'et ze'ev. Because look what you did. God gave to you in your hands the most important officers of Midyan, Orev and Ze'ev. You caught them. See, here's Orev and here's Ze'ev, and they're in the hands of one of the leaders. What could I do that would be like you, that could compare to what you did? Once he said that, Azrafta rucham me'alav, that's when they calmed down, and they grew softer, and they stopped being so angry. Bidabro hadavar hazeh, when he said this. So you'll see, this is what their reaction was. Suddenly, instead of being angry, this one is looking surprised, and this one is looking curious, and this one is looking bewildered somewhat, because they had expected him to yell right back, and that's how fights happen, when each one yells at the other one and raises their voice. After that event, Vayavo Gidon hayardena, Gidon came to the Jordan River, the Yarden. There's the Yarden. Overhu, he was going to cross the Jordan River. Ushlosh meot ha'ish asher ito, along with his 300 men. Ayefim, who were exhausted, virodfim, but nevertheless running after the greatest leaders. He's going to have to cross the Jordan River to get the kings of Midyan and make sure that they never fight Israel again the way they did this time. But look, are they in any condition to make more war? Look at them. Vayomer la'anshei Sukkot. So he came by the city of Sukkot, one of the cities that we remember still from the time of Yaakov Avinu, the city of Sukkot. And he said to them, Tenu na kikrot lechem la'am asher beraglai, please, just give some loaves of bread to these people, to my soldiers. Ki ayefimhem, they were so exhausted from battle. And the battle isn't over. V'yanochi rodef acharei Zebach v'Tzalmunah malchei Midyan. I'm still running after Zebach and Salmunah, the actual kings, the real chieftains. And you would think that Sukkot, with a banner in front that says, "Welcome to the friendly town of Sukkot," that they would listen. Especially when they hear that he's going after Zevach and Salmunah. And what's their response? Vayomer Sarei Sukkot. They said to Gidon, Hachaf Zevach v'Salmunah ata biyadecha? Do you have Zevach and Salmunah, their palms, their hands, in custody now? Do you have them in chains? Do you have them in handcuffs? Ki nitein litzvacha lachem, that we should give your army our bread? Come back, in other words, when you have them already, which of course would be worthless because he needs the strength now. And here are their leaders sitting up there and suddenly not looking so friendly after all. Vayomer Gidon, Gidon responded, Lachein. That means therefore, but it also means he is taking an oath, a shvu'ah. He's promising them. V'teit Hashem et Zevach v'et Salmunah biyadi. When Hashem gives me Zevach and Salmunah, and I capture them, and I will, because Hashem will help me. V'dashti et b'sarchem et kotzei hamidbar v'et habarkanim. I will grind your flesh with the thorns and thistles of the wilderness. These are the thorns and the thistles, and these are the elders of Sukkot. And that was his way of saying he was going to kill them in a very unpleasant way. So in case you were thinking that when he let Ephraim off the hook, he was a softy, and he just gives up whenever anybody says a word, now you see he's not such a softy. When people refuse to listen to the leader, refuse to give even a little bit of food, when they should have been doing the fighting also, you see that he is very firm with them. Vayal Misham Pnuel. He went to the next city of Pnuel, which we also remember as the place where Yaakov wrestled the Malach. Vayedaber alehem kazot, and he said the same thing, asking for the same request of bread. Vaya'anu oto anshe Pnuel, and they responded to him, Ka'asher anu anshe Sukkot, exactly as the people of Sukkot did. Come back when you've got them in custody, otherwise why should we give you our food? And suddenly, they're doing the same thing, only they think that they're really safe because they've got this protective tower that they're all inside of. They're cowering in the towering tower. And so his response to them is, Vayomer gam la'anshe Pnuel lemor, Bishuvi v'shalom, when I come back in peace, I will destroy your tower. You think I can't, that it will protect you? It will not, and this is what I'm going to do to you. We'll just have to see if that indeed happens.